Well, hello and welcome to Binge Watch, the podcast where we take a look at the hottest new TV and film releases on streaming television platforms. Hannah Fernando is away sunning herself somewhere, but I'm Ian McEwan, writer on TV and Streaming Week, TV Times and What's on TV magazines. And today we're looking at the new releases that will be available on Friday, the 10th of July, 2026. Including a reboot of classic 1970s Western series Little House on the Prairie on Netflix, and the return of Rafe Spall in parenting comedy Trying on Apple. We'll also be checking out new comedy panel show Unacceptable on TLC, and Series 2 of comedy Austin, starring Ben Miller and Sally Phillips. But before I get stuck into all that, let's have a little bit of news. Yellowstone spin-off Dutton Ranch, starring Cole Hauser and Kelly Riley, will return for a second series on Paramount+. And Jonathan Bailey will star in an as-yet untitled factual drama on Netflix about the accusations around a weed killer made by US chemical company Monsanto, and that will feature Laura Dern, David Duchovny and Greg Kinnear. So we've got a reboot for you this week, we've got a new comedy panel show, and we've got two comedy dramas that I think both succeed very well in dealing with quite sensitive subjects in a moving and also amusing way. We are going to start on Apple TV with a new season of Trying, and here's a clip.
Nikki's gone into complete panic mode, and I'm in college to be a social worker.
Harriet James, 73-year-old compulsive order.
Hi there, Harriet. Oh, I've got a man with me today.
What man? I don't want a man.
No, none of us do, but we make the best of it.
So this is the fifth series of this show. It's a comedy drama, and it stars Esther Smith and her real-life partner, Rafe Spall. They play a couple in this, and if you've been following the story, basically they've adopted two children. As the show returns, the children's biological mother, Kat, played by Charlotte Riley, she's turned up and the kids are going to meet her. They have slightly different attitudes towards that. The daughter, who is the older of the kids, is very excited. The son, not so much. And yes, but it has to kind of be supervised. So the whole family plus the biological mum all meet at a theme park. So yes, the kids called Princess, played by Scarlett Rayner, and Tyler, played by Cooper Turner, and the adoptive dad, Jason, played by Rafe Spall. He is starting to be a social worker. He's studying as a social worker, and we're going to see Celia Imrie as a compulsive hoarder who he meets during his training. Esther Smith, who plays Nikki, she's great in this, because whereas Jason is he's quite calm and he's quite sort of ironic about everything. He takes everything in his stride, whereas she is a bit more tightly wound, very concerned that, this meeting with the biological mother goes well, but also I guess there are sort of feelings of jealousy as well, and maybe fears that is she somehow losing something that she's got with the two adopted children. You've also got Darren Boyd, and Sean Brooks. So they play Nikki's sister Karen and brother-in-law Scott, and you've also got Phil Davis as Jason's dad Vic. And Darren Boyd's character is rowing the Atlantic, so we have some sort of FaceTime calls with him, which are very amusing. So I think this is delightful, because it's very moving, because it is about adoption and children, but it's also really funny, I think. It's just nicely done. It's a lovely domestic comedy, but it is unusual in the sort of centre of it is about, adopting children, which is such a huge thing to do, isn't it? And it comes with a lot of challenges for both the parents and the kids, So, I just think this is a delight to watch, and well done to all involved. Over on TLC, we have got a new comedy panel show called Unacceptable. And here's a clip.
Let AI run the world.
Vasectomize these men from birth.
Ban retirement before 90.
In a divided world,
I think pretty people should avoid taxes.
can two teams of comedians
An adult is speaking.
convince our studio audience to back their outrageous opinions?
This is hosted by Mr. Ed Gamble, who seems to be cropping up a bit more often on our screens, doesn't he? And, well, pretty strong lineup for episode 1. You've got the ubiquitous Ramesh Ranganathan, who is always good value, Catherine Bryan, Roisin Connerty, Sophie Willan, and the team captains are Richard Ayoade and Joanne McNally. So, yeah, I mean, that's a very strong lineup. So, tick there. I mean, put that lot in a room and funny things are bound to happen. What I would say is the premise of the show, I'm not sure if it quite works, and it's in somewhat questionable taste, I would say. So, yeah, Unacceptable is the title, and basically it's up to these comedians to convince the studio audience that an unacceptable point of view, so in episode 1, for instance, Ramesh has to argue that the royals, who've just had a big pay rise, should be paid even more. And, another one is Joanne has to argue that women aren't funny. And you kind of think, given the sort of history of like the comedy business, and it's been very male dominated, hasn't it? And there are, there has been this view that, women can't be funny, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if do we need this kind of thing, really? I don't know. Apparently it's coming back for a second season. It's already been recommissioned. So they're all doing a good job in it, but I can't really see the point, to be honest. And there are occasions where you just think, this is just very awkward, But yeah, I mean, the casting is good. You will laugh for sure, but I don't know. I'm not sure about this one. I will leave you to make up your own minds. Over on Netflix, we have a period Western drama series called Little House on the Prairie. And here's a clip.
This will be our new forever.
Welcome to Independence, Mr. Ingalls.
There's no post office, no church, no school.
What do you think?
So small.
What we wanted, right? To be at the beginning of something.
Well, this is based on a book by Laura Ingalls Wilder and was originally made into a much loved TV series in the 1970s. Yes, and I remember it very well. And in fact, you can still watch the original. I think it's on Great TV. They show repeats of that. And yes, so it's a reboot. So I think Melissa Gilbert was in the original series. And was it Michael Landon? Anyway, the gist is, for those who are younger than me, this family, pioneer family, leave their home in Wisconsin. They take their wagon and their dog to Kansas, where they're hoping to stake a claim on some land. But this land is really belongs to the Native Americans who live there. And I must admit, I wasn't particularly expecting to enjoy this, but it's good stuff. It's very exciting. So first up, they try to do a river crossing, and the dog gets swept away, and the horses nearly go under, and a lot of their stuff either gets wet or kind of is lost in the river. Their provisions, and there are wolves that are kind of out at night when they're camping on the prairie. So yeah, they arrive in this new community, and yeah, it's basically they've got to establish themselves there. They've got to hopefully stake a claim on some land. They've got to build a house. They've got to get to know everyone. So yeah, the two girls playing the daughters, especially the one playing the younger one, who's sort of like the wilder of the two. She just loves going off on her own and doing her own thing. Are very good. So yeah, I must admit, I mean, it has got some jeopardy in it, but it's also got that kind of slight Walton's feel-good Americana kind of vibe. I enjoyed it. I think they've done a good job, because I mean, you know, the original was very well loved, and I think they've lived up to that. Well, we're going to finish on BBC iPlayer with another comedy drama which is returning. This one is called Austin, and here's a clip.
Big news, by the way. DNA test came back last night.
But you think you ought to talk about it with Austin first?
You can't know about this.
What's going to happen with my book now?
What book?
Your book is sensational. You're not neurodivergent anymore, you're neurospicy.
It's not okay to have a crush on your agent, is it?
Absolutely fine until about 10 years ago.
So yeah, just as Rafe Spall is great at sort of light comedy, also is Ben Miller, and he's been doing it very successfully for some time. He's 60 now, would you believe that? Anyway, this is season 2, so you probably want to go back and watch season 1, I think, if you haven't. But to give you the gist, Ben Miller plays this children's author. He's very good at playing kind of hapless men who just keep getting things wrong, misjudging situations, and this is no exception. So yeah, he was on a book tour in Australia. This is kind of an Australian-made series, promoting his latest collection, and his wife Ingrid is his illustrator, and she is played hilariously by Sally Phillips. She's fantastic in this. And yes, he's had a kind of signing event when this guy comes up to him and claims to be his biological son, Austin, from some kind of one-night stand or some affair from years ago. I mean, he's an adult Austin. He's played by Michael Theo, and he is on the spectrum. Okay. So as we rejoin now, there was a cliffhanger ending to season 1 because, yeah, so I mean, Austin's come to the UK to live with the man he believes to be his biological dad, but they're about to get the results of a DNA test. And I'm not going to spoil everything by telling you what the result is. You can find out for yourselves. Yeah, and meanwhile, of course, Austin, he wants to be an author like Julian, and he's writing a book called An Autistic Guide to Britain. So there's going to be this lovely storyline where he becomes a bit of a literary sensation. He gets an agent, Greta, played by Claire Lovering, who encourages him to kind of completely change his persona, his public-facing persona, to be more kind of cool and sort of slightly a bit of a bad boy. So this is another really good domestic comedy drama that, yes, it doesn't bang on about the autism particularly, but yeah, the fact that Austin is on the spectrum does generate quite a lot of humour, but it's also really moving because, again, it's about, biological parents, a huge thing, so I do like it. I must say it's pretty gentle stuff, very enjoyable, and yeah, I mean, Sally Phillips, as in this first episode of the new season, she's kind of disenchanted with her marriage, and so she's keeping a list of pros and cons about what's good and what's bad about Julian just in daily life, and it's well done. I love it. So yeah, recommended. Well, usually I would ask Hannah at this point what the hell she'd been binge watching. For me, well, of course, it's mostly been football, including that incredible England game, which, yes, I did stay up for, and I was absolutely shattered afterwards. But I've also been making my way, all the Alan Partridge stuff has been made available on BBC iPlayer, so I've been having a whale of a time. Just going back through that, it's just superb. Well, I've just got time to look ahead to next week's offerings. So we have, I am really looking forward to this, Diane Morgan and Sue Johnston, National Treasure, star in a new comedy about an elderly widow and her care robot, which I am assured is very, very good. And Jennifer Garner uncovers dark secrets on a luxury getaway, oh no, not again, with friends in the 5-star weekend on Now. So I look forward to those and much, much more. But in the meantime, dear listeners, keep watching.